Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nancy Abela. On here, I film about faith, relationship, and lifestyle, and of course, every other good stuff. If you're new here, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos. I do not take it for granted. Thank you so much. Okay, so yeah, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing something with us, something that we're very familiar with, something that we can relate with, especially young ladies. Okay, so yeah. As a young lady then, growing up, before I got married, whenever we have a discussion, group of friends, ladies, people tend to start talking about the kind of men they want to get married to, the kind of attributes, the kind of qualities they are looking out for in a man and stuff. For the most part, when I listen to this young ladies talk, this single ladies talk, you realize that the kind of man they are looking for, the kind of attributes, the kind of qualities they are looking out for in a man, that kind of a man is married. Most of the times, they are married men that has those kind of qualities. I'm not saying that there are no single guys with those qualities, but for the most part, they are very, very minute. Now, take for example, you ask a young lady, what kind of a man do you want? Apart from the regular God-fearing, hardworking, caring and stuff, you see them go like, I want a man who knows how to dress, who is neat, who is cute, who has a car, who has money, who has balance, who has this, who has that. The list goes on and on and on and on. And then when you look at it very well, closely, these men are married men. You can only find some of those qualities, most of these qualities actually, you can only find them in married men. Like I said earlier, I'm not saying single guys don't have these qualities, but most of the single guys do not sense this knows how to dress, good looking, and some of them is just to get dressed. So long as the cloth is clean, the outfit is clean, it is good looking, and all of that, they are comfortable. They just get dressed and off they go. And then you see them on the street and be wondering, what kind of dressing is this one that this one is dressing? In his head, that is not what he's thinking about. Some of them are not thinking about their appearance. They are not thinking about their outfit. So long as it is well ironed, cleaned, whether the colors are matching, whether they are contrasting, it is none of his business. So long as his body is well covered. But then you're not looking out for somebody that knows how to dress perfectly as a young lady, you will wait. You will wait, because the ones you'll be seeing, they don't know how to dress to your taste. I remember one time, I took comb, is it comb or brush, to church to help my husband comb his hair. I'm not saying he doesn't know how to comb his hair. He knows how to take care of himself. He knows how to appear good. He knows how to combine colors sometimes. He knows how to dress, and look well dressed. But sometimes, I remember one time I took comb and, is it comb or brush? Because it's not the type that keeps bushy hair. He's the low cut guy. So this day, he went to church before us. And I didn't see his finished look before he left. I think I was attending to my daughter. And then he said, I'm going. I said, okay, we'll see in church. And he went. When he left, it now clicked in my brain that he didn't see this guy when he was going to church. Are you sure? I said, I know. Of course, I knew what he wore to church. I saw him dressed and all that, but I didn't see him combing his hair. I didn't see him, I know he combed his hair, but not to my taste. And then I took comb or brush. I think comb, very tiny comb, because of his kind of a very low cut kind of person. I took the comb to church. Lo and behold, when I got to church, the hair was not rough, but it was not as neat as I would have wanted it to be. And then I was now helping him to comb the hair. So I was very sure that the combing was not up to my taste. And lo and behold, I was right. I helped him to comb the hair neatly the way he wanted it. And then when you now see him outside, you now be saying, this guy is looking so neat. And I'm not saying it's not usually neat, it's always neat. But then there is a touch of a lady I don't know. They shy a touch. Sometimes when they finish dressing up, you come and look at me and say something now. Say something. I'm like, what do you want me to say? Is it correct? Is it okay? Did I dress well? Did I combine the colors well? Before I now start saying, okay, take this away. You use this one instead. Don't wear this belt. Use this color of belt. This is your brown belt. Or use the black belt. You cannot be wearing a brown shoe and be using a black belt. You can, all those things. And you cannot be wearing a brown belt and be using a black leather wristwatch. Use a brown one. Those kind of combination to be sure that everything is in place. Now you see those kind of guys outside, and then you want to, there is a lady's touch. And when they say marriage is work, some of us are not ready to put in the work. You just want the already made guy, and that is why some ladies are, sorry to say, no bad energy. I'm not here to shade anybody, but for the most part, that's why some ladies are still single. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Because you're looking out for the very perfect guy. There is no perfect guy. You can meet a God-fearing, caring, and every attribute you want in a guy, in one person, but he doesn't know how to dress. You now say, oh, because he doesn't know how to dress, you now push him aside and all that. You are looking for high class. And that's why most times we get ourselves into trouble. I remember one time, one of my friends was gisting me about another friend that I know of. And then she said, this our friend was going out with the guy, and the guy will put her in front of the car and they'll be driving around town, and then she'll be doing shakara in front of the car, taking selfie and all that, because she was hell bent on going out with the guy that has a car. She has always mentioned it, that the guy must have a car. Now she now saw somebody that has a car, and then she jumped in without doing her findings and all that. She went on ahead to go and start dating the guy. All of a sudden, this guy started behaving like roundabout, started behaving like NEPA lights, off and on. Then she saw the message. She got the message initially, but she overlooked it, and then still wanting the guy to start behaving the way he was behaving before. But when the guy now finally broke her heart, that was when she now started finding out who is the guy going out with, who is making the guy not to pay attention to her again. Only for her to find out that this guy is married. And then she now started, placing curse on the guy. The guy lied to her. How can the guy lie to her? The guy is married, and the guy did not tell her. The guy lied to her that he's a single guy. And then I asked the friend, which car was the guy driving? He said, it's one Sienna car like that. Oh, wow. It means this our friend is daft. As smart as she claims that she is, she's daft. How can you see a guy driving Sienna? Sienna, not Jeep, Sienna. A single guy driving a Sienna car. Is it Sienna Jeep? I don't know the names of cars. I don't know if it's Sienna. Sienna is not a Jeep. We all know Sienna car now. How can you see a single guy driving Sienna? In fact, a man driving Sienna car, and you're telling me that you do not know that this man is married? Sienna car is not a family car. How many young guys that are single will you see driving Sienna car, and you're claiming that you do not know he's married? That means your smartness is something else. Some of us are blinded with the physical and possessions, that we now forget the real thing that we're supposed to look out for in marriage. Those are not the primary things. Those are not the things to majorly look out for in marriage. Yes, a guy that has a car is an added advantage. It will ease your movement. It will ease mobility for the both of you. But if that is not in place as at the time, and then you have seen somebody who is God-fearing and has the attributes that you're looking out for, but because he doesn't have a car, you don't want to go out with him, then you need to be checked. Yes, it's because your taste is so high. Now I see some people that would say, don't bring down your standard, raise your standard, or don't bring down your standard for any man. And when they say that, I'm sure I liken it to be that they are referring to, don't bring down the standards you set for yourself, that okay, no man is going to touch you until marriage. You're not going to play around. If you are talking about those standards, I understand. But if your standards are, he must have a car, he must be living in an exotic apartment, he must he must be this and that. If those are your standard, then you need to check your standard. You need to come down from those your high horses, because if you're maintaining those standards and you're still yet married, you need to check your standard. Yes, luck can smile on your side, and those kind of men will come, but there are so many prospective spouses staring at us in the face, staring at us, but because we are carried away by the physical attributes, physical appearance, we miss them. We miss a lot of them. I hear people say, I can never date a guy on my street. That is they are below my class. I can never date a guy on my street. But what if God is directing you to a guy on your street? Are you not going to tell God that, my standard is not to date a guy on my street, so I don't want to date that guy on my street? What if that is your God-sent husband? God would have answered your prayers, but because you're judging with the physical mindset, because you're judging with the physical appearance, your carnal mind, you will miss it. You will not know that, okay, this person is the one for me. Do not allow those physical things to determine the person you're settling down with. What matters most is the fear of God. If you put God first, everything will fall in place. The thing is, there is no particular place to meet his spouse. There is no particular place that you say, okay, this is where I must meet my husband. Some of us are being carried away by what we watch on Nollywood movies. Because they met in so place, you are looking out for a guy that you meet in that particular place. That your friend met his or her partner at a birthday party doesn't mean your own must be at the birthday party. So you are now going to all the birthday parties in the world because you want to go and meet your friend there. You want to go and meet your spouse there. It doesn't work that way for everybody. There is no particular place to meet a spouse. A lot of us think, the best place to meet a spouse is in the church. Really? It's not only in the church. I'm not saying there are no good persons in church. Yes, there are good guys in church. There are good ladies in church. But the church is not the only place where you meet a God-fearing guy. You can meet a guy on the street who is a firebrand Christian in their own church. The fact that you're meeting him on the street does not mean he's a street guy. He's just an ordinary guy. I just met him on the street. I remember then when we were in school, I was, my classmates, they were discussing and all that. They were talking about their lives. They were just discussing, having a random discussion. And I was seated beside them. Not like they were my classmates, but we were not best of friends, though we greet each other. So the clique of friends, they were having a random discussion, and next I was sitting down close to them, flipping through my handout. Next thing I heard one of them say was, me. I never see guy we go toast me for this Uniben. For this whole Uniben. I never see any guy we go fit toast me. I'm like, wait, what? I didn't say anything. I just kept quiet. I'm like, wow, all these people, their class is high. She made that comment, and then it's true. She meant it, because she can never, she sees herself as somebody who will never, succumb to dating any guy on campus. She's like, all these small boys for Uniben. So this, in my head, so does it not mean that every guy in Uniben is not a small boy? And as at that time, we had like, I think about 2 years to graduate or so. I can't remember the level we were then. But I knew that we still had like 2 more years or so to graduate. And then you're saying every guy in Uniben, including the part-timers, the full-timers, every guy in Uniben, even the graduate assistants, even those that were doing their MSc as at the time. There were people doing their PhD. Medical students who have been in school for years before we came in, and they are still in school. You're saying no guy in Uniben can stand you. No guy in Uniben will be bold enough or something. You don't see yourself dating any guy in Uniben because they are small boys. So every guy in our campus as at that time were small boys. Lo and behold, I'm not shading her, but till now she's still unmarried. All of those people who would consider small boys are all married to men, to mature men. But you that feels like, you are too big for the guys in Uniben, you are still single. This is not to shade her, but this is to say that We underrate people a lot. We look down on people a lot. There is no particular place to meet your spouse. Who also says that you cannot meet your spouse on social media? You know, a lot of us, we are on the social media for the wrong thing. And sometimes when you meet somebody on social media, your intentions are different. Your intentions are wrong. You want to eat and run. You want to chop his money. You want to do this and that. Who says there are no good guys on the media? You are not replying that DM. I know there are some DM that you should ignore. There are some that you should not even attend to. But it's not every DM that should be ignored. So who says you cannot meet your spouse on the internet? A lot of spouses today met themselves on the internet and they are having the best of homes. So who says that you cannot meet that God-fearing guy on the internet? Everybody now has a social media platform. Even those good guys that you are ignoring, they are still on social media. So some of them might reach out to you and want something serious with you. But because you have classified everybody on social media as playboy and playgirl, you just ignore and all that. I'm not saying you should go about and be chatting everybody on social media and be asking for numbers and stuff. But there are still some good ones. The most important thing for you to do is to have a discernment spirit, the spirit of discernment. That will help you. By the time you are on the social media for the wrong thing, you will attract the wrong thing. Sorry to say. Who also says that you cannot date that your colleague or get married to that your colleague? Oh, because both of you are on the same salary cadre, because you're earning almost the same salary, you don't want a guy that is not earning hundreds of thousands above your salary. Or you don't want to earn better than him. Who says you cannot? Or because you're looking down on him, this one does not have a future. We're just in this office together and we're answering star to the same person. Who says, I beg, all these small boys in this? Who says they are all small boys? And then how about that guy you're looking down on in church? Some ladies sees all the guys in their church as small boys, all these small boys in church. All these small church boys. That's the way some ladies sees the guys in their church. They feel those guys in their church are not good enough for them. So they just ignore them. They don't want to give them attention. They don't want to pay attention. Little wonder some of these guys go out. They go out elsewhere to bring in a wife into the church. And then right before you watch them grow. You watch them expand. You watch them multiply. In fact, right before you, they are growing and, they are expanding. And then you sit back and you're wondering, why didn't I give this guy a chance? The reason you didn't give him a chance was because you underrated him. You didn't see anything good in him. You thought nothing good could come out of Nazareth. So you didn't pay attention to him. You didn't listen to him even when he was approaching you and asking you out. You wanted those guys that are driving big jeeps, big cars. So because this guy doesn't have a car, and you probably know the guy's story, or you know how he started, or how they started. You even know where they are working. Some of them might even be doing something very menial and stuff. So because you already know their history, you don't want to give them a chance. You just write them off. And then someone else took them in. Someone else rated them high. Someone else saw those potentials in them and was ready to run with those dreams and aspirations, those potentials. And then they work together as one. Then you're now seeing the growth. You're seeing the expansion. You're seeing the blessings of the Lord upon their life, and then you are now regretting. You're now living in regret. If I knew, I would have given this guy a chance. If I knew, I would have probably listened to him when he was asking me out and all that. It is not good to write off someone just like that. Just because you're seeing the person every day. Just because you know the person's story. Just because you know how the person started and the level the person is at the moment, doesn't mean that is their end, or doesn't mean they are stopping there. Some of them have dreams to expand. Some of them have dreams to better their lives, but they are just waiting for their opportunities to meet with their preparations. They are just waiting for God to butter their bread, and they are working on themselves, probably in the secret, and you're not seeing it. So because you're not seeing it, they are not living a flashy lifestyle, you think they are not good enough for you. It is wrong to write off somebody. And then you are still single. You're wondering why? Because you're very selective. Not just being selective, you're downplaying people a lot. You're looking down on them. It is very wrong to look down on people. Oh, you cannot date that guy, or you cannot get married to that guy that you both graduated together, your coursemate. You can't. And there's something people do again that is very funny. There's something people always say that is very funny, and then I find it very weird. You see them, they tell you, I cannot date that guy. We grew up together. There is this familiarity. We are just too familiar with each other. We are going to take each other for granted and stuff. I cannot date my classmate. We are very familiar with each other. We are too used to each other. We know each other, and there is this familiarity. So familiarity will set in, and then it will bring insult and all of those things. So I don't want that kind of a person. And then you see another person saying, I don't even know him from Adams. I can't date him. Who will you now date? You cannot date the one you are used to, and then you still cannot date a stranger you don't know. You have to choose one. You cannot be standing on the fence. You have to choose one, right? And then who also says that you cannot settle with that guy that your salary is better than? Your salary can be better than him at the moment, but as time goes on, the tables can turn around, and then you see him, God will elevate him to the extent that his own salary will triple, or it can even get 10 times better than yours. It is wrong to underrate people. The message I'm trying to bring out from this video is that do not underrate anybody. Do not downplay anybody. If you have seen potentials in him, if you have seen the drive, there are some guys that has potentials. They are into big things, but they are not into anything. They'll tell you, I'm into big things. I don't want to start small. I don't want to start from the scratch. I want to start big. There are still guys like that they keep dreaming, and their own is just to dream. Their own is just to dream. They are into big things. There are still guys like that. But if you have seen this guy who is ready to advance in his career, who is ready to, who is ready to put in the work, put in the effort, and you are seeing the drive, you are seeing the enthusiasm, you are seeing the passion, you are seeing how hardworking they are, I see no reason why you should not give them a chance, regardless of where you meet them. If you have seen somebody who is, God-fearing and matches your energy as a Christian and all that, I don't know why. I don't know what you're still waiting for. You're underrating them. It is wrong. It is wrong to underrate people. It is wrong to write people off, because you don't know what tomorrow holds. You don't know what in fact, in the next 1 hour, you don't know what will happen. All right? Okay? Try and give that person a chance. Look at your DM. There is this particular person that has been consistent, or there is this particular person that you're seeing that this person is God-fearing. This person is a no-nonsense kind of person that you just want to play and run. This person has the drive. This person is a good person. Go through your DM. Nobody's saying you should just go and start opening your legs. That's when you get it wrong. There is no harm in giving it a try. But by the time you now start committing yourself and opening your legs, that's where the problem is. When you give it a try and see that this is something that you would want to keep forever, then go ahead and work on that person. If the guy does not know how to dress, teach them how to dress. Most young guys don't know how to dress. They don't know how to combine colors. They don't know how to match their outfits. Help them, teach them. Somebody brushed up the person you're eyeing outside. That man you're seeing outside that you think, oh, I wish this guy is my own. I wish this man is my own. Someone else, another lady worked on him. So you go and work on yours. As a young lady, go and work on yours. You will not meet them already made. You will not, they might not appear to you the way you want it. It might just appear to you as, it might not appear to you as a finished work. It might just be the raw material in the raw form. Yours is just to work on him, help him grow, help him achieve that look that you want to see. Build him to the kind of man that you are looking out for. All right? I will be ending this video here so it doesn't get too long. All right? If you've learned a thing or two from this video, please leave me a word in the comment section. Share, like, subscribe if you haven't, and let us grow together. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay blessed, stay fabulous, and stay fantastic. I love you, and I love you again. Bye-bye.